Hello, today I have with me a broken Moondrop Blessing tree. What is not technically broken, but one pin of the connector is now stuck firmly inside the socket. And in order to save it, we need to swap a new socket. And here's the start of the show. They're quite small and hard to find. If I can find a link, I will put it in the description. The first step before fixing anything is that you want to make sure they worth your time and effort. In this case, though it's not 100% foolproof, a simple measure is by using a multimeter to decide whether the IEM is still working or not. And luckily in this case, it does. Now that we are about to get down to the main business, please ensure that you have enough personal protective gear, since I'm going to use a lot of sharp tools, and an anti-cutting glove is highly recommended. Firstly, I use the pointy looking thing that you're looking at to poke around, finding the weakest point of the faceplate. My assumption is that the Blessing 3 has the same design as many other IEMs, which means that the faceplate is glued to the body. By using a gap, I can use isopropyl alcohol to dissolve the glue, separating the faceplate and the body, and get the broken socket. When I think there aren't big enough gaps, I use a thin blade to cut around the edge of the, not really cut, but jimmy around the edge of the body. Don't use too much force, you might damage the body. The goal isn't to see a visible gap, but to create space as much as possible for the isopropyl alcohol to sift inside. For such a small surface, a drop is more than enough. It is unlikely that the alcohol will create damage, but why create unnecessary mess, right? At this point, I don't think there's enough gap, so I'm trying to pry open the faceplate a bit more. Remember, don't use too much force, please. Be patient. And I also realized that the original 2-pin socket is useless anyway, so I don't have to keep it intact. I can just destroy it and use a space to pry open the faceplate. It should be mentioned that I'm using the Kathleen Syme library makerspace to perform this job. If you are in Melbourne and want to do personal projects, Kathleen Syme is equipped with really cool cutting, sewing, 3D printing machines, along with all of the cool stuff that I'm using in the video. Everything is completely free for the public users. I will drop the link of the library down below. Now is the time for a warning. I personally think that this kind of job is not difficult. However, I stress again, you have to be patient. Example, like what I'm doing right now. The socket is stick with a very strong glue to the body. It can be tempting to use a lot of force to just break it apart, but there's a chance that you can break the body as well. So try to follow what I'm doing. Do anything bit by bit, and please don't let the blade rolling around like I did in the video. Put a cap on it and place it in a safe place in the corner. At this point, I can feel that we are almost there. One more drop of isopropyl alcohol will do. And sesame opened. Well, everything looked good and there's no damage. Now I will remove the socket completely before placing the new one in place. It will take a bit of time since there's a lot of glue there, and I would use a combination of the pointy tools and a blade. And once again, don't be like me. Remember to wear anti-cutting gloves. A few more drops of alcohol and the socket came off easily. Make sure you remove all of the original socket, otherwise the new one won't fit in. In some cases, the socket didn't fit completely and I had to sand it down, but luckily there is no need for that in this case. And that's me soldering the 2 wires of the IEM into the new socket. The step is quite straightforward. First you tint 2 wires, then to tint the socket. Remember to prepare the flux as well, so that you can make the process smoother. But remember, don't use too much heat and do not solder for too long. Just some basic stuff, but if you haven't done the job before, I highly recommend you to prepare more than just 1 socket, because there's a really high chance that you will damage 1 or 2 before you can successfully solder the wires into the socket. Yeah, they fit perfectly, as you can see in the video. The new socket protrudes a bit out of the shell, but I don't think anyone would complain, and certainly not the customer. Now all we have to do is to take everything apart and stick them together with super glue. Yes, you can use super glue, it's fine. Please try to get as much glue residues out as possible. Use IPA to assist you in dissolving it, and then spread the super glue evenly on the surface where you want to make sure there will be no separation. You can use a small tool to help apply glue more evenly. Even the toothpick will do. And then just press them strongly together and hold them for more than 10 seconds. And after that, they should stick together, and you will have a fixed IEMs. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you can learn something. See ya.